Many of Charleston's museums are situated along the Museum Mile, which runs along Meeting Street from the Visitor Center to the Nathaniel Russell House. The Charleston Museum is located just across Meeting Street from the Visitor Center. It's America's oldest museum, founded in 1773. Inside, the huge skeleton of an Atlantic right whale dominates the entrance hall. One of the museum's most popular exhibits is the Christopher T. Lobline Gallery of Charleston Silver, which features dozens of priceless pieces from colonial days through the Victorian era. In the Historic Textiles Gallery, you'll find rotating exhibits of clothing and fabrics from various periods of Charleston's history. The Kid Story area includes hands-on activities and a child-sized recreation of the historic Hayward Washington House. In the Early Days Gallery, you'll find relics from the museum's past, including an Egyptian mummy and plaster casts of famous monuments from ancient civilizations. The Natural History Gallery houses many creatures from around the world, including the skeleton of an 18-foot-long crocodile. The museum boasts a fine collection of artifacts from the Civil War era, including artillery shells from the long Union siege of the city. The Revolutionary War exhibit features personal items belonging to South Carolina's famous patriot, Francis Marion. In the armory are exhibited examples of weapons from the 1750s through the 20th century, including sabers, muskets, and pistols. The Lowcountry History Hall includes pottery jars, rice cultivation tools, and the infamous slave badges used to identify enslaved African Americans. There's also a section of the city's old wall, dating to the days when Charleston was a fortified colonial city. On the opposite side of the Visitor Center, you'll find the Children's Museum of the Lowcountry, a must-see for anyone visiting Charleston with children.
We are geared towards children from 6 months old all the way up to about 10 years old. The Publix grocery store is very interactive. We have carts and baskets for all of the children to use. The physics room is a lot of balls and ramps. We have the rapids where the children can race boats. We also have the Charleston Harbor area, which is complete with the lock and dam system. The toddler room is geared for children anywhere from 6 months old to 3 years old. And basically what we have are lots of soft and plush toys for them.
Okay, close me back in.
The art room is all about creation and creativity. Really, it's just a room for the kids to go in and just let their imagination run wild. Also, outside in our backyard area, we have a fire truck. We have a children's garden, which is all organic, and the children can water all of the plants.
Families also enjoy visiting the South Carolina Aquarium, located on Liberty Square on the Cooper River. Inside, exhibits feature the creatures that live in all of the Palmetto State's regions, from fish to reptiles, mammals, and birds. There's even a rare albino alligator. But without a doubt, the biggest hit with most visitors is the Great Ocean Tank, which is the deepest on the continent, 42 feet deep and filled with 385,000 gallons of seawater.
The majority of the time when people come in, they are just in awe of this exhibit. It's amazing, and I've been working here for 7 years and I never get tired of looking at it. And it's a very dynamic tank. It represents 3 different habitats where animals are found off the coast of South Carolina, and so we're able to really give a realistic idea of what's happening off of our coast from that exhibit.
You can even take a trip around the world in the aquarium by visiting the special exhibit about Madagascar. Inside lives a family of inquisitive ring-tailed lemurs.
We have a little pop-up window so little kids can go right up in and kind of pop right up and be eye level with the lemurs. They come up, the lemurs themselves come up and enjoy it just as much. It's very fun.
If you have time, schedule a behind-the-scenes tour of the aquarium's Sea Turtle Hospital, where injured turtles are nursed back to health before being released into the wild.
I'd say the best part is the transformation from when you get a turtle and, on death's door, so skinny, in horrible condition, and seeing that transition over their time here and being able to finally release them back into the wild and continue those populations. It's amazing to see that transformation unfold.
If you're a lover of fine art, be sure to include the Gibbs Museum of Art in your Charleston visit. Inside, you'll find a large and fascinating collection of works, including portraits by well-known 18th century Charleston artist Jeremiah Theus.
What the Gibbs provides is a place of orientation.
The Gibbs provides that orientation from the early 18th century all the way up to the present.
There are also sculptures, including a bust of George Washington that reportedly was temporarily buried by its owners to protect it from invading Union soldiers during the Civil War, and a beautifully rendered bust of a veiled woman. Among the Gibbs' most noteworthy items are some of its smallest, miniature portraits that were once held dear by their owners.
They are the precursors to Facebook and to the photograph that many of us would carry in our wallets. Family members were often apart for very long periods of time, and this was the sole way that they could have a memento of their loved ones.
Look up and you'll see another work of art, the Gibbs' beautiful stained glass dome. The dome's origin is a mystery.
There is speculation that Louis Comfort Timpany had a say in the creation of the dome. We do know that he came to Charleston. He had a couple of commissions here in Charleston, and there is speculation now that the dome is actually by Tiffany.